Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the other two parts of your product mix which were left. One is packaging. Okay. Now, packaging plays an important role in marketing because packaging plays an important role in marketing because packaging is just not that you are and using a pack for storage of product, but it plays an important role in the success or failure of any of the product. For example, you might have seen that coconut oil was being sold uh, in a tin can. Okay, so that can was not that helpful in using coconut oil. So there were a lot of complaints regarding that can. Okay. So in order to improve the sales and status of the company, Parachute developed a new style of package that is a plastic bottle. Okay, again there were complaints that that jar is not helpful in that oil gets stuck in that particular jar, or that oil is not is not easily coming out of the jar. So they developed a bottle which kept the oil in liquid form, first of all, and secondly, that was easily and usable, or you can say it can be easily handled. So these are the various aspects which are concerned with a package. That a package should be designed in such a way that it helps the consumer use the product properly, store the product, carry the product, and also it looks good when they are using that particular product. Okay, like a water bottle you are carrying, if the shape, size, and color combination of that water bottle is not uh, in close coordination with each other, then the product which you are using, that might be okay, it is very good in handling, it is you are easily carrying that, but the shape of that bottle is not a suitable one. People don't like it, they will not buy. Okay, or color combination of that bottle is not acceptable, then people will not buy. So it is very important that it satisfies various that it should be easy to use, it should be easy to handle, to store, to carry, and it should have good looks also, so that the consumer can easily buy the product and use the product. Okay, they should be the proud owner of their product. Package should be designed in such a particular way. Okay, so like the earlier soft drink bottles were used to be in glass bottles, and now they have been turned into PET bottles. That is simply the package plays an important role. Okay, now in packaging we have three levels. One is primary package, second is secondary package, and then third is your transportation package. Okay, so primary package is a package which is ultimately the last pack which is attached with the product when we are using it, like a shampoo bottle. Okay, so shampoo is inside the bottle, and unless until we have that bottle, we're not able to use that shampoo, or a sash of shampoo is there. Unless until we have that sash, will not be able to use shampoo. Okay, so that is this pack remains with the product till it is consumed. Okay, sorry, that is what the primary package is. Secondary package is the additional package which provides an additional layer of protection. Okay, for example, that a toothpaste tube is coming in a pack for storage purpose, for selling purpose, okay, for handling that particular product. So that pack is known as secondary package. Okay, it is the product inside that package is taken out and that is being discarded. That is a secondary package. And then third one is your transportation package, that and if there are 1,000 tubes or 100 tubes, they are packed in a big carton that can be transported from one place to another place. Like bags are okay. So cartons are there or bags are there, gunny bags are there in which these are stored, and then they are being transported from one place to another place. That is what the transportation package is. Now coming over to the importance of packaging. First important aspect is packaging is getting we are going for packaging more and more because we are going towards better health standard, rising health and hygiene standards. So you want packed food products because it ensures that they have been packed with utmost care, and that are not being infested with any of the harmful worms or whatever the other insects are there, or which can harm the product, that is being protected from those all those things. Okay, like we used to have chips available on a roadside stall, but now those chips are being scientifically uh, being processed and then are being packed through the help of machines. So minimum human intervention is there, and through the through the uses of machine, those chips are being packed in the poly packs and then supplied to the consumer. Same way, there are juices are there. Earlier, they were being more, but there was more of human intervention was there, and there were a lot of complaints of unhygienic ways of preparing that juices or jellies or sausages. Now all these are being produced with the help of machines, and then they are being packed with the help of machines into various packages. So that has improved the confidence of the consumer that the product has been processed properly, scientifically, hygienically, and packed hygienically. It will not affect the health of the consumer. Okay, negative impacts will not be there. So that is the basic reason why more and more people are now moving towards packed food products rather than open food products available in the market. Okay. Another is your self-service outlets. Earlier, the products were available in open, and you need to have a worker to pack those products and supply to the consumer concerned. Okay. Now, what you are the new trend has come up that there are many shopping malls or shopping centers, service outlets have been opened by the shopping centers that only in the least of the salespersons are required, that you can just look out for the product which you are in need of that is available on the shelves, and you pick up that and put in the cart and take to the billing center. So even normal shops, not only shopping malls, normal shops are adopting this particular concept that the products are being placed on the racks, stacked on the racks because they are in the packed form, and you can easily pick up those packages, put into the cart, and take them to the billing counter. So it is easy for the shopkeeper to deal with the shopping, and your experience of shopping is also better because you can easily identify, okay, these are the cosmetic area, this is the baby products area, this is the your grocery area, this is oils, the oils are available, or you have the snacks are available, so you can easily find out, and you can take out whatever the product you are in need of and put them in the your cart and carry that to the billing counter. So least it is helpful towards both the shopkeeper, that he has to employ less number of people for selling the product, and also his sales is increasing. On the other hand, it is better experience for the customer, that he can easily find out the product whichever he needs, and even those products which he was not actually in need of at that point of time, but because the products are available on the racks, now he can choose more products also. So that is the another reason why packaging is becoming important. Third is innovational opportunities. Now, the companies have used this packaging process for introducing innovation while selling the products in the market. Like nowadays, as mustard oil is getting costly and it has crossed rupees 200 per liter. So, what the companies have come up with, they have come up with a Tetra pack of 200 ml for 50 rupees. So this is the innovation. Earlier shampoos were there, a big bottle was available, and people were not having that much of money to buy the shampoo. So what they did, that they prepared a sash of 1 or 2 rupees and they supplied it into the market. So even the small consumer was ready to consume that product because and was ready to consume that product because they don't have to shell out more money to buy a bulk, a bigger product, bigger size and, package. They can they can fulfill their demand with that small package. Okay, so that is the innovational opportunity. The milk which was available only in Tetra packs, or you have to go to buy, now that is available in polypacks and of 500 ml. package available, curd is available in packages. Okay, so in this way, even your snacks like aloo tikki, that is available in the package. So that is what the innovation is, that you don't have to you don't have to worry about from where you are going to buy the product, or at what time you want to eat aloo tikki in early morning, but that is not available on your favorite shop in early morning. You can have that aloo tikki from packed food product company, okay, and can relish that. So that is what the innovation is. It has not only attracted the consumers, but also improved the sales of the companies. That is the another important aspect. Okay, then there is product differentiation. Okay, it has also helped in product differentiation. Like you have the color combination, okay, designs, then size, shape, everything has helped in identifying one product from differentiating one product from the other. Like you have Uncle Chips is there, a big pack is there, then compact pack you have of Lays. Then they have different color combination on them, which is different from Uncle Chips. So it helps us in identifying easily that it is a Lay's chips, or a Kurkure pack. Okay, so we can easily identify them with the help of color combination, size, etc. So that is helping us in identifying the products, different products. Like you have yellow label, green label, red label tea. So one is in red pack, another is in yellow pack, then third one is in green pack. So that has helped us in identifying the products from each other. That is the another important benefit of packaging. Now functions is, first is identification of product that we have discussed right now. Okay. Secondly, product protection. So earlier sugar was available open in gunny bags. Now it is coming in a packed format. Okay, and the branded sugar which is coming, that is coming in packed format. Airtight packages are there. It is helping you in protecting it against the moisture, against the insects, and the various other types of, and you can easily carry it, and the bags are made in a very such a way that you can easily handle them and easily store them at different spaces. So that is the another important, that is the important function of packaging, that it helps in protecting the food product or the product against spilling, against moisture, against insects, rodents, etc., etc. Okay, that is the important function. Then there is, it helps in facilitates in usage, facilitates in usage of product. Okay, so packages which are in like transportation packages are there. You are going on a trip and you can't carry a big soap and big shampoo and big comb with you. So the packages are being made small. Combs are made available. Sash of your shampoo is being made available. Small soaps are being made available. So that is helping you, that package is helping you to use it easily. So packaging has changed the way of using the product. You have a family pack, you have a traveling pack, you have an individual pack. So there are various types of packages being created so that the consumer does not feel helpless to use the product. How I should be carrying this big package, a big product with me. I have to just go for one day outside, and so various aspects. So the sanitation needs are being taken care of. Usage like oil is there. You have a big bottle, then you have traveling pack is there, perfumes are there, you that is 10 ml bottle is there, then 100 ml bottle is there. So that is being prepared for facilitating the better usage of the product. That is the another important thing. Okay, then product promotion is there, that packaging itself acts as a silent salesman. Okay, and the whatever the eye-catching color scheme or shape of the product which you are using, that helps in advertising the product in a better way, and that is the another important aspect. Now moving on to the next aspect, that is labeling. Labeling is basically that part of the product which carries in that part of product information about the product. Okay, uh, or the seller. Okay, so it consists of various aspects like who is the owner, what is the price, what is the contents, okay, how the product can be used. So that is what the labeling is basically concerned with. These are two different types. One is simple tag, another is descriptive tag. Okay, simple tag, like it provides the information about what is the product, quality and price. Simple. Product, quality. Product is wheat, quality which MP wheat or local wheat. What is the price of the product? Simple. This is just descriptive tag, is it provides the information about the product, its performance, its features. Every detail information is being provided in that tag, and that is known as descriptive label. Okay, now the functions of labeling is, first function is it describes the product and specify the content. Describes the product and specify its contents. तो ये प्रोडक्ट के बारे में बताता है कि क्या प्रोडक्ट है और उसके अंदर क्या कंटेंट्स हैं। मान लीजिए कि आप कोई मेडिसिन लेकर आए हैं, तो देयर विल बी ए ब्रांड नेम ऑफ दैट मेडिसिन, एंड then on that slip, on that wrapper or that strip, the details of the components of that medicine will be written. What are the various salts in that particular medicine which you are looking for or which has been prescribed to you by the doctor. So that is the contents of the product. So first information is it explains what the product is, and another information is the contents of that particular product. Okay, second thing is it helps in identifying the product, identifies the product or brand. Now, when you have to identify that, okay, this is a chocolate, so that is written on the wrap of that particular product. Now you have to identify that this is a fruit and nut, or this is a simple chocolate, or this is a silk chocolate. So that brand is also written on that particular pack, and you can easily read that label, that okay, this is a silk, this is a fruit and nut, this is 5 star. Okay, so that is the brand name. Fine. And if you simply wants to look for a chocolate, okay, so like a small kid is there, he enters in the shop and he asks for the chocolate, so he doesn't know that there are different brands also. So for him, a blue pack, shining blue pack, or a golden pack is of chocolate. Okay, now, when he comes to know that okay, there are certain brand names also, then he will say it is of Nestle, or it is Cadbury's. Okay, it is a silk, it is a fruit nut, or a fruit and nut, or it is Kit Kat, or whatever the product is. So brand name he will speak. So that is what the function, or that it helps in easily identifying the product or brand of the product. Okay. Third is, it helps in grading. Okay, grading of the product. So you have various types of teas: red label, yellow label, green label, or Tata Agni, Tata Premium, Tata Gold. So that is the three different labels, which means that these are three different types of teas being offered by Tata to the consumer. So you have to buy the product as per your requirement. So it helps in grading the tea. ओके, कि उस किसमें कलर ज्यादा है, किसमें जो प्रोडक्ट है उसकी क्वालिटी कैसी है, वो डिफरेंट हो जाती है, एंड द charges they are charging for the different products is different also. So that is the another important thing. Then it helps in promotion. So if all the teas are in one red pack, or in a green pack, so it can be of Tata, it can be of and, green label ITC, or it can be of any other company. Okay, red pack is of Tata, it can be a local tea, it can be branded tea. So on that pack, when something is written, that labels are being placed, and with the help of those labels we can easily identify, okay, this is the product which belongs to ITC, to Tata, to various other companies, or to the local brands. Then we can easily buy the product which we are in need of. So that helps in easy promotion of the product, that okay, what are the products which are available with us, and in which pack that product is available, and what design, what shape is there of your label, how it is being written, how it is being presented. That helps in easily identifying the product. So that is how it is helping in promotion of the product also. Okay. Then there is, it provides information as per law. Okay. So the another important thing is that labeling is required because we need to provide the information. Egg mark is there, FPO is there, or price of the product, marketer, producer, place, registered office, okay, and contents of the product, and various usability. Everything has to be given details on the package, and that is required by law. Okay, and if that is not done, then it is against law, and case can be filed against the company. So that is the another reason why labeling is required. Okay, now we're moving on to the next function, that is price mix. Price mix is another important aspect because a want will become demand when it is associated with the price at which that product is available at particular point of टाइम। तो ये बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है कि आपको प्राइस जो है वो आपकी वांट को डिमांड बनाने में हेल्प करता है, वो कंज्यूमर को प्रोडक्ट को कंज्यूम करने के लिए इंड्यूस करता है। ओके, कि एक कंसिडरेशन आपको बायर को देनी पड़ती है, सेलर को, ओके, for buying the products and services, and that consideration is known as the price. Okay, तो प्राइसिंग जो है इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट रोल इसलिए है क्योंकि ये प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड क्रिएट कर रही है। ओके, इट हेल्प्स इन फाइटिंग द कंपटीशन अमंग्स द वेरियस फर्म्स। ओके, इट अफेक्ट्स द रेवेन्यूज प्रॉफिट्स ऑफ द कंपनीज। ओके, अनदर थिंग इज that it helps in identifying the needs of the, it helps in identifying that what price is being more preferred by the consumer। तो ये एनालिसिस करने में भी हेल्प करता है ताकि जो कंपनीज प्रोडक्ट आगे से बनाएं या प्राइसिंग फिक्स करें, दे विल produce the products which are more in demand in a particular price category than they are going to produce the product out of their own wish and introduce that at any price in the market। That is not happening because it is a monopolistic market। Okay, अब फैक्टर्स क्या हैं जो प्राइसिंग को डिसाइड करते हैं? सबसे पहला फैक्टर्स है प्रोडक्ट कॉस्ट। ओके, प्रोडक्ट कॉस्ट दो तरीके से होती है, एक होती है फिक्स कॉस्ट, एक होती है वेरिएबल कॉस्ट। ये है जैसे मशीनरी है आपके पास, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चार्ज। ओके, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंजम्पशन वेरिएबल है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंजम्पशन, मगर जो आपने फिक्स चार्ज लगाया है मीटर का वो तो फिक्स्ड ही रहेगा। मशीन जो आपके पास है वो फिक्स्ड ही खर्चा रहेगा, उसका वियर एंड टियर तो फिक्स्ड ही रहेगा। ओके, और फिर वेजेस वेरिएबल है। ओके, रॉ मटेरियल की कॉस्ट वेरिएबल है। ओके, जब तक तो आप इस कॉस्ट को रिकवर करते जा रहे हो तब तक तो आप कंपनी को चलाते रहोगे। जब वेरिएबल कॉस्ट रिकवर करनी बंद हो जाती है तब आप कंपनी को मतलब शट डाउन करने की सिचुएशन में आ जाते हो, क्योंकि फिक्स कॉस्ट मतलब आपके फिक्स कॉस्ट तो है, फिक्स कॉस्ट पे तो आप आ जाते हो नो प्रॉफिट नो लॉस सिचुएशन में। ये आपको प्रॉफिट की तरफ लेके जाता है वेरिएबल कॉस्ट। और फिक्स कॉस्ट भी अगर रिकवर नहीं हो रही है तो फिर आप बिल्कुल शट डाउन कर दोगे। तो मिनिमम आपको फिक्स कॉस्ट रिकवर करनी है। टू अर्न रेवेन्यूज, बेटर रेवेन्यूज, यू नीड टू हैव एंड यू नीड टू बी अर्निंग वेरिएबल कॉस्ट ऑल्सो। और जब भी प्राइस फिक्स करते हैं तो हम फिक्स कॉस्ट एंड वेरिएबल कॉस्ट के कंपोजिशन का कम्बिनेशन देख के डिसाइड करते हैं कि हाँ, क्या हमारे जो फिक्स चार्जेस हैं और वेरिएबल चार्जेस सारे रिकवर हो रहे हैं इस पर्टिकुलर प्राइस में। ओके, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू सेल द प्रोडक्ट एट अ प्राइस लोअर देन द कंबाइंड प्राइस ऑफ फिक्स्ड एंड वेरिएबल कॉस्ट। ओके, कुछ देर के लिए हम सेल कर सकते हैं टू गिव कंपटीशन टू द मार्केट, but at a longer time period we need to recover both fixed and variable costs in the price which we are going to charge. Otherwise it will become difficult for the company to survive in a long time period. Okay, तो ये जब तक आपके सारी कॉस्ट रिकवर नहीं होगी और उसके ऊपर जो प्रॉफिट मार्जिन है वो अर्न नहीं करेगा कंपनी, तब तक कंपनी के लिए सरवाइव करना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। सो प्राइस इज द प्रॉफिट मार्जिन प्लस the fixed and variable cost. That is how the price is being fixed. That is the first basic, that product की जो cost है उसके ऊपर profit margin add करके हम प्राइस को फिक्स करते हैं। एंड दैट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन कैन बी हाई और दैट कैन बी in minimal amount, so that we can survive and we can give tough competition to the competitors. Okay, second factor is your utility and demand. जैसे जैसे आपकी यूटिलिटी यूसेज बढ़ती चले जाएगी आपकी डिमांड बढ़ती चल जाएगी। पहले इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सिर्फ आपको एक लाइट और फैन के लिए चाहिए था, अब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आपको मशीन्स के लिए चाहिए, फिर आपको एसीज के लिए चाहिए, रेफ्रिजरेटर के लिए चाहिए, म्यूजिक सिस्टम के लिए चाहिए, इंटरनेट के लिए चाहिए, लैपटॉप के लिए चाहिए। तो जैसे जैसे आपके यूनिट्स क्या कहते हैं ऐड ऑन होते चले गए, आपको उस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की यूटिलिटी बढ़ती चलेगी और उसके साथ साथ आपकी डिमांड भी बढ़ती चलेगी। And as the demand is increasing, the supplies are limited, so the price of the product will go on the upper side. अगर सप्लाई ज्यादा है डिमांड कम है कंपैरेटिवली, तो प्राइस आपके प्रोडक्ट की आप ज्यादा नहीं चार्ज कर सकते हो। तो ये अनदर इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है कि आपके प्रोडक्ट की जो यूटिलिटी है वो कितनी ज्यादा, यूजेज कितनी ज्यादा बढ़ती जा रही है, उसके बेनिफिट्स कितने ज्यादा बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, जिससे उसकी डिमांड इंक्रीज हो रही है। एंड व्हेन यूटिलिटी विल इंक्रीज यू कैन इजीली फिक्स ए हायर प्राइस बिकॉज इट इज गिविंग more benefits to people than the expected, and as a result of which people are demanding more of that product, and that is leading to higher prices of the product. Okay, another is extent of competition in the market. Okay, if there is a monopoly market, मतलब there is only one individual who is ruling the market and who is overpowering the market, so whatever the price he can decide, he will fix for that particular product. Okay, but if it is a monopolistic market and there are 3, 4 or 5 competitors are there in the market and they haven't made a cartel amongst each other, so there will be a tough competition amongst each other to survive in the market, as a result of which they will fix the prices comparatively at competitive level, not at the levels at which they feel that they can fix the price. Okay, so they have to be in competition, and that's why they are fixing the prices at a competitive level. And as in that particular type of market, in a monopolistic market, the price of the product is comparatively low as compared to the monopoly market, where there is only one person who is the controller of the market, and he can fix whatever the price he wants to. And that is the another important factor which helps us in deciding the प्राइस ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट के कितना कंपटीशन है। बहुत ज्यादा है तो प्राइसेस कंपैरेटिवली लो रहेंगे, बहुत कम कंपटीशन है तो प्राइसेस कंपैरेटिवली हाई फिक्स होंगी प्रोडक्ट की। फिर है प्राइसिंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या हैं आपके पास। दो तरह के प्राइसिंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होते हैं, एक है स्किमिंग प्राइस पॉलिसी, एक है पेनिट्रेशन प्राइस पॉलिसी। स्किमिंग प्राइस पॉलिसी तो क्या है कि आप एकदम से बहुत हाई प्राइस फिक्स करते हो, और उससे क्या है मार्केट्स में, क्योंकि आप एक यूनिक प्रोडक्ट लेकर आए हो, बाय द टाइम द अदर company is going to introduce that product in the market, you will skim that market, you will squeeze that market at a very fast pace by fixing a very high price, because you are only the supplier of that particular product. Okay, आपका प्रोडक्ट यूनिक है, कॉम्पिटिटर नहीं है, अभी तो आपने प्राइसेस हाई फिक्स करके उसमें से प्रॉफिट मार्जिन ज्यादा से ज्यादा स्क्वीज कर लिया, और जैसे ही आपके कॉम्पिटिटर प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करने लगते हैं तो आप अपने प्राइसेस की, प्रोडक्ट की प्राइसेस को कट डाउन करके उनकी लेवल प्लेइंग पे ले आते हो, तो जिससे उनकी मार्केट ज्यादा नहीं बनती है, एंड देन आल्सो यू आर अर्निंग द बेनिफिट्स। तो ये है आपकी प्राइस स्कीमिंग पॉलिसी। ओके, जिसमें आप प्राइसेस जनरली हाई फिक्स। ओके, so penetration policy is that we are spreading to the larger territory by charging lowest possible prices. Okay, and when we capture a larger territory, then we slowly and steadily start increasing the price of the product. That is the price penetration. And the last aspect is your government regulations. Okay, government and legal regulations. So government have certain rules and regulations being established, like Competition Commission of India is there, which regulates the prices of the products, and they see that the product prices are not being charged exorbitantly high from the consumers. Okay, or there is no cartelization. But on the other hand, I can give another example where the government itself is pushing the prices, as is it is happening in agriculture sector with these three laws. Okay, and since in these laws, government has given a free run for hoarding of the food articles, that will push the inflation and price rise. So गवर्नमेंट की जो पॉलिसीज हैं पॉजिटिव साइड पे भी जा सकती हैं, नेगेटिव साइड पे भी जा सकती हैं, एंड गवर्नमेंट is going to control the prices of the product, or it can push the prices to the higher side also. That is the another important aspect. So these are the various aspects. Okay, and then another P is physical distribution. In this only we are going to discuss the concept of physical distribution. So physical distribution basically is very important in any business. Unless until you have the proper physical distribution system, you can't make the product available with the consumer who has to ultimately consume the product. Since the product is being produced somewhere else and it has to be consumed in wide territory worldwide, so you have to create a system where the goods which are being produced can be easily exported and being made available at the place where it has to be consumed. Or if it is being sold within the domestic territory, you have to create a network of railway and trucking system or delivery system, that the goods can be easily made available through the various transportation modes and through the help of warehouses and storage centers to the place where it has to be consumed. So that is what the physical distribution is all about. Okay, thanks. This is all in this lecture.